be very clear, were you against what happened on ESA?
No, my sense about what the ESA was about was actually saying, look, we want more people to be in the support group, which is where they are protected and supported properly with higher levels of money, and not to be languishing in a demi-section of the benefit, unable, therefore, to either go to work or to be fully supported. And I've argued for a white paper to look at getting rid of this binary system that says you're either too sick to work or you can work. I want people, if they can work, no matter what their condition, to work. And that was the proposed changes I wanted to bring forward, and this year, which is what I was planning to do. We can't go on doing this.
It's too far now.
I think it's going too far.
It's the straw that broke your back.
Exactly. The problem I face is that my care for my countrymen and women leads me to believe I am resigning because I want my government to think again about this. If I wanted to do that, I would have been clear. I've never, ever hidden my views about something, and I'm not doing it now. I am genuinely concerned.
Did he call you hypocritical and something worse in those conversations?
Look, you know, there are only two people engaged in this conversation, Andrew, and I'm always intrigued when others who weren't actually engaged in those conversations seem to know what happened. My sense about this it was robust. We had a long set of conversations. I listened to him. I acted on what he asked me to do, to think about things. And I reached finally the conclusion that I just simply couldn't stay. But as I've made clear in the letter, I am proud to have served with the Prime Minister. I'm proud of what we've achieved in the last 5 to 6 years. But my sense is now that I believe I'm losing that ability to influence events from inside, to change the direction again, so that we become, as we should be, a one-nation party that cares about even those who don't vote for us.
Can I put it to you, you just don't like him, he doesn't like you. This has been simmering for years and years and years. There are people saying, you heard them earlier on, this is the beginning of a coup against George Osborne and David Cameron.
First of all, this is not personal. I know people may think it's personal because when you resign it's personal. It's not personal. I am genuinely frustrated. I have no personal ambitions, Andrew. I have absolutely no personal ambitions. If I never go back into government again, then I will not cry about that. That is not my ambition. I only came into this government, and let me be clear about this, I came into this government because I cared about welfare reform. I'd spent 8 years with the Centre for Social Justice, which I set up, talking to charities and small community groups, trying to figure out why certain communities were so badly off and how could we get them back to work and how could we solve their problems. So everything that I've done has been driven by my desire to improve the quality of life for the worst off. We can debate my policies, we can argue about them, but my motivation has always been about that. And my motive now, without any question in my mind, is that I am concerned that this government that I want to succeed is actually not able to do the kind of things that it should, because it has become too focused on narrowly getting the deficit down without being able to say where that should fall, other than simply on those who I think progressively can less afford to have that fall on them. I do not have political ambition. I would not stand for leader. I would not support somebody who stands for leader at the moment. I am supportive of the Prime Minister. I care for one thing and one thing only. It is that the people that don't get the choices that my children get are left behind. I do not want them left behind. I want them given that opportunity, and everything I've tried to do has been about that. Yes, we can debate some of those things that people didn't like because they're more about the deficit than about welfare reform, but overarchingly, what I am passionate about is getting that reform done so society is reformed, so that we have more of those people who've been left behind, brought back into the sphere and the arena where we play daily, but they do not. That is what I'm about, and what I have been concerned about and raised this time and again is that we are beginning to lose that focus, and I cannot do this from inside. That is my frustration. I believe I have to step out. It's not easy, it's painful to resign. I don't want to resign, but I'm resigning because I think it's the only way I can do this.